Hello students, this is Savita Pawar. Welcome to my channel Get the Math. In this video we are going to see the solutions of exercise 9.1 and 9.2 of lesson 9, areas of parallelogram and triangles. Now a small advice I would like to give for 9th standard students regarding maths, that till now you must have been noticed that more than half of your syllabus is of geometry section, and they are totally new concept for you and are also the basics for the 10th standard. Chapters like area, Heron's formula, triangles, congruency, volume, circles, quadrilaterals are widely elaborated in the course of 10th standard. So you must work hard and get the concept clear and thorough of these topics, as it will be quite helpful for you in your further class and will lessen your burden too. So please work hard on these lessons. Now let us begin with exercise 9.1, the explanation of exercise 9.1. In your lesson 7th you have studied about congruent triangles. So congruent figures, what are congruent figures? Two figures are said to be congruent if they have the same shape and the same size. Those are called as the congruent figures. So A and B here are two congruent figures as they have the same shape and the same size. Their length, breadth and height are equal and the angles too are equal. So therefore congruent figures have same area. Now since their dimensions are equal, therefore they have the same area. Now however, the converse of the statement is not true. That is, two figures having equal areas need not be congruent. For example, this is a rectangle with length 9 and breadth 4. Area of rectangle will be length into breadth. 9 4 is 36, and this is square. Length and breadth are 6, so 6 6 are 36. That is the area of the square. Okay, so here length of rectangle, area of rectangle and area of the square are same, but their dimensions are not the same, therefore the figure are not congruent. So the converse of the statement is not true, that two figures having equal areas need not to be congruent. So what is meant by area now? Area of a figure is a number in some unit, that is centimeter square or meter square or kilometer square, associated with the part of the plane enclosed by that figure. So what is meant by area here? So in this case the area is, so this much plane, this much area associated by the rectangle here from this plane, that is called as the area of that figure. So this is the area of the square that this figure has associated the part of this whole plane. So the inside part of that particular figure is called as the area. Now figures on the same base and between the same parallel lines. Two figures are said to be on the same base and between the same parallel lines if they have common base, that is side, and the vertices or the vertex opposite to the common base of each figure lie on a parallel line to the base. Suppose you can see these figures here. Now there are two figures. This is one parallelogram and this is another parallelogram here. They are lying on the same base CD and also between the same parallel lines AF and CD. Similarly, this one PN and SR are two parallelograms lying on the same base and between the same parallel lines. Okay. Here are two triangles. They have the same base BC and lying between the same parallel lines AD and BC. And this one here, one parallelogram and one triangle. So they are also on the same base CD here and lie between the same parallel lines AP and CD. So such type of figures, they have the same base and lie between the same parallel lines. So we are going to study about these figures and their formulas here. Now figures given below does not have the same area, or as they either don't have the same base or doesn't lie between the same parallel lines. So in this case you can see here two triangles are there. though the base is the same QR, but they do not lie in between the same parallel lines here. The same thing is for parallelogram here. The base is GH, but they do not lie between the same parallel line. Here it is EF and here it is MN. In this case too, they do not lie between the same parallel lines. The base is the same EF, but parallel lines are AB and CD. Okay. So in this case also, the base they lie between the same parallel lines, that is BC and AD, but the base of these two triangles is not the same. For one triangle it is BC, for other it is BE. In this case too, a parallelogram and a triangle, the base is the same, but the base is not the same, but the parallel lines are the same here. That is PS and QR are parallel, but the base of the triangle is different than that of the parallelogram. Okay. So such figures, they do not form the same base and the same, or they do not lie between the same parallel lines. Let us start with exercise 9.1 here. They have given 6 figures here. From that we have to see which figures lie on the same base and between the same parallel lines, and we have to write the common base and the two parallel lines in which they lie. So these 6 figures you can see here. The first one, the base is same for the parallelogram and the triangle, and also the parallel lines are the same. Here the base is same, but the parallel lines are not same, so this we are not going to consider. Now in this case, the base is also same for triangle and parallelogram and lie between the two parallel lines PS and QR. In this case, the parallel lines are the same, that is AD and CB, but base is not same for the triangle and the parallelogram. In this case, they lie between the same parallel lines AD and BQ, and the base is also same AD. And in this case, the parallel lines are also not the same, and the base may be same for either AD or BC here. Okay. So the right figures are here 1, 3 and 5. Okay. So from figure 1, 3 and 5 are on the same base and between the same parallel lines. So from that figure we have to write which is the common base and which is the parallel line. So for first figure, it is the base is CD here and parallel lines are AB parallel to CD. Parallel to CD. For the third figure, it is base is QR. Base is QR and lie between the parallel lines here PS parallel to QR. And the third one, that is fifth question, is right one. Fifth figure is the right one. Parallel lines are AD parallel to BQ. AD parallel to BQ and the base here is AD. Okay. The base is AD and lie between AD and BQ. So this was your exercise 9.1. Exercise 9.2. Parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallel line. Now two parallelograms are there and they lie between the same parallel lines PB and CD and on the same base CD. This one you can consider the example of your textbook, notebooks, your laptops. Okay. There are two planes, those are two parallelograms or two rectangles, whatever you can say, and there is a common base, that is the margin that you can see. It is the common base of the two parallelograms. So such figures we are going to study about their area. So here is theorem 9.1. So parallelograms on the same base and between the same parallels are equal in area. So if two parallelograms are there, they lie between the same parallel lines and the base is also same, then their area will be equal. Obviously the area of your pages is equal. Okay, you can see the area of the pages on the left hand side and the right hand side of the plane are equal. So this is the formula. Now theorem 9.1 part 1. If a triangle and a parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallels, then area of the triangle is equal to half the area of the parallelogram. So if one triangle and one parallelogram are on the same base and between the same parallel lines here, then area of triangle will be half the area of that parallelogram. So these are the two parallel lines here. PC is parallel to AB, and triangle PAB, area of this triangle PAB will be half of area of triangle here. You can see ABQP. Here are two parallelograms. One is ABQP. Okay. So, and these two parallelograms, that is ABCD and ABQP lie on the same base AB. So in place of ABQP, you can write ABCD. Therefore, area of triangle PAB will be also half of area of quadrilateral or parallelogram ABCD. Right? Okay. Let us start with exercise 9.2 here. If the figures are not given, you have to draw the figure according to the given question. So here ABCD is a parallelogram, AE is perpendicular to DC and CF is perpendicular to AD here. Length of the sides have been given, that is AB is 16, AE is 8 here, CF is 10, you have to find AD. Okay, now since this is a parallelogram, so if AB is 16, then CD will also be 16 here, as opposite sides of parallelogram are equal, that we have studied in exercise 8.1. And therefore, area of parallelogram, you have to write the formula, that is base into height, but here are two base and two height, so it will be B1 into H1 equal to B2 into H2, right? So B1 you can take it as 16, base is 16, so for base 16 the respective height is, for base is 16 the respective height is 8 here, and the second base that you have to find, that is AD, and its respective height is 10 here. Okay, so this is BD, the second base, and its respective height is 10. And now you have to find AD here, so it will be 16 into 8 by 10. So that gives you 128 by 10, it is 12.8. So AD is 12.8 centimeter. Okay. Second question is, EFGH are the midpoints respectively of the sides of parallelogram ABCD. Show that EFGH is half of ABCD. So here ABCD is a parallelogram, it is given, and EFGH are the midpoints of AB, BC, CD and AD respectively. Now from question second, all the questions are as prove the following. So you have to write given, to prove and proof. So to prove here is area of EFGH is half of area of ABCD here. Now since this is a parallelogram, okay, so we know that AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD here. Okay, so half of AB, as AB will be parallel to CD, this one AB is parallel to CD, I will mark it here. This one AB is parallel to CD, therefore AB is equal to CD since it is a parallelogram. Now multiply half on both the sides, so half of AB will be equal to half of CD. Half of AB is, you can take it as BE here. So BE will be equal to CG, since E and G are the midpoints here. So we are going to consider only the upper parallelogram. Okay. So therefore BE is parallel to CG. Since they are equal and parallel, therefore BEGC is a parallelogram. First you have to prove that this is a parallelogram. Right. So this one is a parallelogram here. Then you can say that therefore area of this parallelogram. Now since in this parallelogram EFG is a triangle which is on the same base EG as the parallelogram and lie between the same parallel lines, this one, and therefore the area of this triangle EFG is half of area of parallelogram ABEGC, right? That will be your equation number 1. That is from theorem 9.1 first part. Then similarly you have to consider again AB parallel to this one, AB parallel to CD again, okay, and therefore AB will be equal to CD, then half of AB is equal to half of CD. Write the same steps. Now you have to write this side, AE is equal to GD here, and AE is also parallel to GD. Therefore, AEGD is a parallelogram. Now this parallelogram, the below one you have to consider, and as this is a parallelogram now here and this is a triangle inside the parallelogram, therefore the area of this triangle EHG will be half of area of the parallelogram AEGD. That is also from theorem 9.1 first part. Right? That is your equation number 2. Now you have to add equation 1 and 2 here. So add these two equations. Area GEF plus EHG equal to half of area BEGC plus half of area AEGD. So this becomes your equation here. Now on adding these two triangles, you get the whole figure, that is EFGH. And adding these two parallelograms, you get the whole figure, that is ABCD. So therefore in place of these two triangles you have to write this parallelogram EFGH, and in place of these two parallelograms you have to write ABCD here. And this was your required expression. This was your required expression. Question 3. P and Q, this one, P and Q are the 2 points lying on the sides DC and AD respectively of a parallelogram ABCD. You have to show that area of these two triangles are equal. So ABCD is a parallelogram, P is a point on CD and Q is a point on AD here. You have to prove that the two areas of that triangle are equal. Now you can see, for if you consider parallelogram ABCD and the triangle APB here, okay, so they lie on the same base AB and between the same parallel lines CD and AB, and therefore area of triangle APB will be half of area of parallelogram ABCD. That is your equation 1. That is equation 1 from theorem 9.1 first part. Similarly, we will consider again triangle BQC now, BQC and parallelogram ABCD here. Now this BQC, orange triangle, and the parallelogram ABCD lie on the same base BC here, okay, and therefore, and between the two parallel lines AB and AD and CB, and therefore area of this triangle BQC will be half of area of parallelogram ABCD. That is from same thing, theorem 1 first part, right? And therefore from 1 and 2 we can say that area of triangle APB is equal to area of triangle BQC. Since the LHS for both the equations first and second is same, since the RHS of the equation first and second is the same, therefore the LHS will also be equal. Therefore area of triangle APB will be equal to area of triangle BQC. That is the required expression. Question 4. This is the figure given and ABCD is a parallelogram and P is in the interior of that parallelogram. You have to join AP, DP, CP and BP here. So you have to prove this given expressions here. Now what we will do, write the given to prove. Now from the figure we will draw a line parallel to AB and CD here. That will be, let it be MN here. So draw MN parallel to AB here. Okay. So since AB is parallel to MN, therefore A, B and M will become a parallelogram, this one, and in this parallelogram there is a triangle APB. So area of this triangle will be half of this parallelogram. That is your equation number 1. That is from theorem 9.1, first part, right? Then similarly consider this triangle at the base, that is below triangle. Here MN is also parallel to DC. With this green arrow I have shown, MN is parallel to DC, and therefore if two opposite sides are parallel, therefore it becomes a parallelogram, and therefore this triangle PCD, in the area of this triangle PCD will be half of this area of parallelogram MDCN. That is your theorem, that is your equation 2. That is theorem 9.1 part 1. Okay. Now from these two equations you have to add these two equations, this one and this one, first and second equation you will be adding it, and therefore if you add these two triangles here, you will get that you are adding these two triangles and these two parallelograms. So if you add these two parallelograms, you will get the whole parallelogram ABCD. So in case of this right hand side, you have to write as ABCD here, and that is your equation 3, that is the required one. Second part is you have to draw QR parallel to AD and BC. The same thing that you did above. Now you have to draw the vertical parallel line. So in this case also, this is the parallelogram. You have to prove that AD is parallel to QR, and therefore this is the parallelogram, and therefore APD, its area will be half of this whole parallelogram. That is your equation number 4 here. Okay. And then consider this side, that is QR is parallel to BC, therefore this is a parallelogram, and therefore area of triangle BPC will be half of area of parallelogram QB or BCRQ. That is equation number 5 here. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Now this is equation 5. Now you have to add equation 4 and 5 here. So if you add 4 and 5, so this triangle plus this triangle is equal to this whole parallelogram plus this whole parallelogram. So in place of RHS, you will be writing here as half of ABCD, the whole parallelogram. That is your equation 6. Now consider equation 3 and 6 here. Equation 3, that adding two horizontal triangles is equal to area of ABCD, the whole parallelogram. And also this is 6th equation is adding two vertical triangles, the area is also half of ABCD. So the RHS of 3 and 6 are same, and therefore area of this triangle will be equal to area of the two other triangles. That is the required expression. 5th question is here. PQRS and ABRS are the two parallelograms, and X is any point on ABRS. It is on ABRS since the base is BR here. So it is on parallelogram ABRS. Show that PQRS is equal to ABRS and AXS equal to half of PQRS. Okay. So PQRS and ABRS are parallelograms. X is any point on BR, and these are the two proofs that is given in the question. That only you have to write it here. Now you have to consider that parallelograms PQRS and ABRS lie on the same base SR here. These two parallelograms lie on the same base SR and are between the same parallel lines PB and SR. Therefore, area of this PQRS will be equal to area of parallelogram ABRS. Okay, that is equation 1 from theorem 9.1. Then we will consider the triangle, that is AXS. Okay, it is on the base AS, so it will be in parallelogram ABRS. So AX, area of parallelogram area of triangle AXS will be half of area of parallelogram ABRS, that is by theorem 9.11 part. So from equation 1 and 2 we can say that here, since this is equal to this and area of triangle is equal to ABRS again, so in place of this ABRS we can write here PQRS. Okay, so in place of ABRS we have written here PQRS, that is from equation 1. That was the required expression. Question 6 is here. A farmer was having a field in the form of a parallelogram PQRS, and she took any point A on SR and joined it to P and Q here. Now in how many parts the field has been divided? You can see it is divided into 3 parts, right? What are the shapes of the field? Then they are triangle. The farmer wants to sow wheat and pulses in equal portion of the field. How should she do it? So now she want to sow the wheat and pulses here. So these are the answers for the questions first and second. That is, field is divided into 3 parts. Name of the triangles here. Shape of the field is triangle. Now the answer for the third point is triangle PAQ and the parallelogram PQRS. This one, PAQ and PQRS lie on the same base PQ and between the same parallel lines PQ and SR here. And therefore area of this triangle will be half of this area of the parallelogram. Okay, so this triangle is taking total half the portion, so the remaining 2 triangles will be the other half that portion of the parallelogram. If one of the crop is sown in the triangle PAQ, that is, if suppose wheat is sown in the triangle PAQ, therefore pulses will be sown in the left portion of the parallelogram, that is on these 2 triangles. Okay, so this was your question number 6. If you have any query, drop it in the comment box. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Get the math.